Hello everybody.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric.
And I'm Sylvia.
We are co-head of the Hive.
We are very glad to welcome you today at the camp. It's the blooming event is the last step for Hive 1 and for us the first presentation of this residency.
The Hive is a residency dedicated to collaborative creation.
And we have 20 talents
and we
just
have
here.
20 talents from different countries. They are makers, designers, managers, artists, engineers, coders. They come from 12 countries, and they live at the camp during 6 months.
They are here at the camp since the opening, since the end of September, and during the 6 months they have worked on projects they have defined together and for which they have constituted their own teams. We just gave them 3 rules. Be cooperative and create a team with complementary skills and work and about big issues of our society. We want them to think about the big challenge of our society and to question them and to maybe give some solutions about them. We provide them different kind of resources, such as a methodology, a dedicated team, a lot of coach, experts, mentors who are here today, and we'll thank you them after. And during these 6 months, they collaborate also with all the campers here at the camp, with workshop, peer-to-peer coaching, keynote, and so on.
It's important to understand they don't come with a project, a personal project. They come with their talents and with their skills, and after the project merge from the group. So during these 6 months, we lived all together very deep moments. Some were a little difficult, but at the end, it was a very great and fruitful adventure.
Yes, it's true that the adventure was for us, but also for them, but also for us and for all the camp. And I have to say that it was not an adventure only regarding with creation, but also regarding with human being and collective intelligence.
And finally, thanks of their talents and their work, they succeed to make 7 prototypes, very different and very original. Among them, you have 2 interactive installations, 1 process regarding new material, 2 technological solutions, 1 digital app, and 1 board game.
And about the impact of the project, this project explores solutions regarding sustainable energy, such as energy, short cycle and recycling, such as raw material, future of art, such as work it, education and empowerment with TAIL, air quality with Beyond, and a way of being truly connected to ourselves and to the other in our digital society with Interlude and Capsule.
Now each project is going to come on stage for a 5-minute pitch, and after you can test them in the different places of the camp. So thanks you to encourage them, and we will begin by raw material.
Thank you.
Hello! 6 months ago, I found a new job at Raw Material. Just to shortly introduce myself, I grew up for 1 year, few hundred kilometers away from here, in the Bassin de Taux. Now, I'm in a plate, that's right. Here on the table, do you see me? I'm gonna be eaten in a few seconds, well, I guess. But the good point is that after this unpleasant event, My life doesn't come to an end. I have a new destiny. As an oyster, my seashell is made of concholine and aragonite, some natural materials, strong and white, biodegradable. Now I'm turning into powder. After being mixed with some natural binder, I can become a lot of stuff.
Hello, my name is Laureline and she is Pauline. We are both French designers. A few months ago, I launched a project Raw Materials, and since 4 years, the upcycling thematic is at the heart of my work of designer.
All the generated waste are one of the main problems of our society. I joined the project because I think it's important to think about how to create a new way to create design and using waste as a resource. During a 6 months residency, we firstly focus on the specific geographic context. Here at Marseille Aix-Métropole, we are surrounded by Mediterranean Sea. It means we can find a lot of seafood restaurants. Each one can produce per day between 100 and 300 kilos of organic waste. That's why we decide to develop our project in a local and sustainable way in order to highlight local jobs as oyster farmer, restaurant owner, and craftsman.
So raw material is a process to re-employ the oyster seashells. With it, we create objects like tiles or little game for kids. The next step for us is to communicate about the process and make it happen with craftsmen, industry, or many other local actors. We live with this experience as a repeatable system for other place and waste. And to finish, I really want to thank other contributors like Nanawi, Charles, Francesco, and Pap. And please feel free to see us just behind the amphitheaters. Thank you.
So hello everybody. It's a real pleasure for us to being here on stage and introducing you our project named Tale, which is a cultural application based on tales, fables and legend. So for us, each story is a journey. And in Africa, there is someone called Amidou Ampateba who said that in Africa when an old man dies, it's like a library burning to the ground. And for me, and for us, it's not just about Africa, it's about the whole world, because in each country, in each culture, all people have always a real and passionating things to share with children, to share with our generation. And today, we just noticed that, yeah, the children are more on their phone, on their how to call it, their computer. And I remember when I was a child, when I went to my grandma's house each holiday, some night, she just turned off all the lights, and she created a fire camp in the courtyard, and she started telling us stories, me and my cousin. That was really, really, really intense moment. So we were thinking about how to recreate that kind of moment, and that's why we created Tale. And for us, Tale is an application that gives people the possibility to discover tales around the world and share them with special moment, with an interactive map.
So Tale is really based on its map that allows you to do multiple stuff, as access to tales to visualize them or read them, or you can also see assets that tell you stories about a part of the world, about a country, about a sea, an ocean, to just being on the map and seeing the story of the world.
Our web application contains the first issue of Tale called Lore. 10 stories spread over 5 continents are available on the interactive map.
At Tale, we don't want to just replace your usual fairy tale books. We want to create a new experience around tales that are multisensorial and combine audio fiction, immersive reading system, and interactive illustrations. How is it working? As a parent, you want to tell new stories to your kids. You just download the app and pay the monthly subscription, and every month you have 30 tales around a theme, and you can either read them to your kids as a bedtime story or enjoy them in a more interactive way in other times.
For the next step, we decide to promote Tale on 3 sectors. In addition to the interest of the application on the multimedia publishing sector, we want to promote our expertise on reading experience. Tales is also a great cultural entertainment to increase the user experience for the transportation tourism sector. Finally, a lot of functionality of the application have been thinking to improve the teaching in school according to the new policy of digital learning in school. For now, with the help of l'ARL PACA and la librairie La Méjane in Aix-en-Provence, we have presented the application at 2 public events, les Nuits de la Lecture in January and the e-book show in February. These 2 meetings allow us to measure the enthusiasm of the public around Tale and to create a large community of beta testers.
So, as you can see it, for us, differences and diversity is a real treasure for humanity. And you can see it in our team. We come from different countries. Me, myself, I come from Senegal, and I'm a filmmaker. My name is Pap. Charles and Magdalene are the co-art director, and Pierre is the developer in the project. And we have also a lot of contributors that are Hivers like us, and they really, really, really help us in this project because they were all transformed as storytellers, even if they never tried it. They also do all this illustration, so we really give a big thanks to Alice. A special thanks also to Walid, to Lorline, to Pauline, and all of you guys that really helped us. So, before ending, we just want to share with you these images.
C'era una volta.
كان يا مكان في قديم الزمان.
Amonnafi.
Érase una vez.
Was eens.
Sarewa ishida data. Es war einmal.
Once upon a time, there was a word.
An amazing word, culturally rich
and diverse.
A world where the oral tradition,
fables,
and the imagination of everyone
was a meeting point for the people.
A world
where it is possible to explore
everyone's creativity
and discover the wonderful treasures of our world.
Tale.
Tale.
Tell.
Tale.
Tale.
So we give you a very, very, very huge thanks. And if you want to learn more or experience more about Tail, we are just in that side in A2. Thanks a lot.
Hi, my name is Stéphane Garty. I'm a French engineer working on human-computer interaction with dancers.
Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel. I come from Colombia and I'm a circus artist, a juggler, with a background in engineering.
And today, we're happy to present you WorkIt, the project we've been working on the last 5 months here at the Hive. At WorkIt, our mission is to try to imagine the future of performing arts, that is to say, dance, theater, opera, music. And we want to bring wearable technologies to artists. But first, let's take a look at a video. We were really inspired by the work of this artist, whose name is Loïc Fuller. With a very special technique, she extended her arms with bamboo sticks, animating this fabric playing with lights and colors. I wouldn't be surprised to see that in 2018, but the fact is, it dates back from the late 19th century. This is a video of it remade after, of course. But what is striking is that this artist has experimented a lot of stuff with scientists, with technologists. She experimented with Edison himself, lights in theater. And she also worked with Pierre and Marie Curie to experiment the glowing radioactivity, which may have not been so good idea.
This is probably one of the best examples of how powerful can art and technology go together to explore the future. And that's why we create WorkIt, an open source toolkit that allows performing artists to craft their own interactive costumes for the stage. So we want to offer them a tool to create new narratives, new speech, new questions about the relationship between human and computers. And WorkIt is placed in between of these three worlds: the maker community, the fashion design world, and the performers, allowing them to communicate and create together. And our project is about a family of modules that contains sensors and actuators that sense, measure the physiological response of the performer's body, and control actuators, motors that produce moving textures and other kind of movement. And the software that allows to set and control the interactions between the modules.
So we've initiated the project 5 months ago here at the Hive together with Daniel, and we've been through 2 months of prototyping. For us, it was really important to test our prototype in a closed environment very early, at a very early stage. That's why we created WorkIt Lab, which is a set of residencies in which we collaborate with artists in order to do small creations with, like the one we will show you later. The next steps for WorkIt are about WorkIt Studio, which are creations in exclusive collaborations with brands and performing artists. So here is our strategy. On one side, you have WorkIt Lab, which is focused on developing these modules in an open design model in a collaborative way. And WorkIt Studio, which is a studio for creation about the future of performing arts.
Well, this is our team. Thanks to all the contributors and advisors, some of you here and some others all around the world. We succeed to reach more than 80 people, like really involved in the subject, technologists, creators, performers, that probably will become the first users of WorkIt on stage. Finally, we would like to show you the result, or the teaser of the result of the first residency here at the camp, where we invite one dancer and one fashion designer to work together with us. So hope you get curious about what you're gonna see after. So, expect you to see you there in the C building to discuss about it, but moreover, to feel the experience on your own skin of how does it feel having these modules and interact with your body. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lawrence.
And my name is Tiffany.
We're both designers, and for the past 6 months, we've been working on Capsule. Well, if you think about it, when was the last time you truly met someone? And what does meeting means for you? Because we have to face the fact that nowadays, we're mainly meeting new people through our social networks, isolated in our very own bubble of filters. And it means that not very often we're meeting people outside of our own community. And actually, Tiffany and I, we share a common interest in discovering and studying what really happens when two people who don't know each other meet for the very first time. Why do we think that meeting people outside of our own communities is important? Is because more than ever, we'll have to share. Facing the huge challenges of tomorrow, sharing will be a key word. We'll have to share food, we'll have to share living spaces, mobility, and so on. And to share, we'll first have to trust. That's why we designed Capsule, because we want to bring more empathy to this world.
Capsule is an interactive installation that invites two people from different backgrounds, walks of life, to meet for the first time. And through this installation, they'll be guided through a series of questions and activities to really allow them to lower down their barriers, increase their vulnerability, and to really see each other eye to eye. And so what we'd like to say is each meeting is special, different. No meeting will be the same, and no fragrance will be the same at the end.
Working on Capsule, we had the great pleasure to meet and collaborate with many people from different fields of expertise. And we want today to address a special thing to some of them. Jérôme Richard and Vincent Ferrini from the city office of Aix-en-Provence, who helped us work with the library Méjeanne. We have also our sound designer in Paris, who is Julien Morin. Thanks to him, we have a special mood inside Capsule. And also we want to address a very, very special thanks to our fragrance expert, Pascal Roland. Thanks to his brand, Absolument Parfumeur, we're able to provide Capsule with the finest quality fragrances. And lately we've even been able to go to Grasse and discover more about perfume creation to make Capsule even more relevant.
And so where we'd like to see Capsule going in the future is going to different conferences, festivals, and even adapting to different industries. So we'd love to speak to you, meet you, and we'll see you at B1. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Apolline, and along with Julie, we developed the Mergy project.
So I'm Julie, and I'm a graphic designer, and today I want to share something with you. Have you ever noticed that the color linked to energy are always blue or green, very earthy? And the symbol representing it always have something to do with the nature? Well, to me, energy is more than science, is more than technology. I believe that energy can rhyme with wildness, color, and bubbliness. What if I told you that energy is also resources, people, and fun?
Well, we are 3 persons currently working on the project. Unfortunately, we're only 2 here. And we work as well along with Florence, who's sitting right here. Thank you again. We want to give a new outlook on energy today with Julie. We believe that energy sources in the future are going to be diffuse, and we want to both highlight that and use that for the best. That's why we develop Mergy, because we believe that Mergy is at the crossroads between kinetic energy, that is to say human energy, and its graphic expression. We believe that we can change behaviors today with creativity and fun.
So, what is Mergy today? Today, Mergy is a collaborative board game in paper design. You can play between 2 and 6, and the goal is very simple. Make your festival energetically autonomous thanks to the kinetic energy. For that, you have to organize your festival by taking a list of choice and move around modules to manage attendees' fields. Get people to the best energy creation spot, that is to say Mergy, tiles path on the ground, to harvest the most electricity possible.
There are no winners, no losers. As Julie said, it's a collaborative board game. We really think that people should focus on the same goal, that is to say, lighten up the festival.
The game is a miniaturization of our real-life concept. In the future, Mergy will be an immersive signing system entirely powered by human energy.
So for us, the next step is first gathering a community around Mergy. We want to prototype quickly and really adapt to the market, so we're going to launch the commercialization of the game right after the Hive and a crowdfunding campaign. We're also going to try to find more partners in the educational field and in NGOs.
In parallel, we search for partners to design, develop, and test our tiles on the field. We hope to test the Dynamo technology in April and iterate during summer to have a final prototype by September 2018. This version will be the base for our 10 square meter prototype will be operated in summer in 2019.
We already have some partners that agreed to have us prototype on their own field. We are going to the Door Festival this year. We're going as well to Mars Attack, and next year we're going back with our system and our tiles. As far as partners, we are currently looking for new partners in NGOs. Even if we are already collaborating with UNICEF, we are working with clusters inside the camp's ecosystem. We would like to thank the Urban Lab and the Youth Camp with whom we are working.
We already have some festivals that embarked in the Mergy adventure, such as Le Cabaret Vert, a festival engaged into a more sustainable development for its programmation. Demo, a collaborative European and ecological engaged festival, represented by Amandine for the Dour Festival. And Mars Attack, who wants to offer creative experience each year to their participants while leading a strong sustainable policy.
Thank you for listening. If you want to reach us, don't hesitate. You can come to the guest care and try some of scenarios and see the games.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I would like to start with a question. Do you remember the last time you spent an entire moment with yourself, but really only you and yourself? If you think about it, most of us tend to fill all the free time with other activity, like hobbies or even just something not to feel bored. Nowadays, mobility is one of the main challenges. Even here at the camp, as you know, mobility is one of the big challenges to fight. And every year, we spend millions on finding solutions to make it smoother, faster, or how to create a better trip experience, or how to fill the waiting time with other activities. What we want to offer today is something different. We imagine the people taking this waiting time for themselves to reconnect and to take a break from the daily rush. We truly believe, and I hope some of you share this belief with us, that if the people would reconnect with their breathing and to focus with their breathing, it would be such a change in pace for them. If we look at the ancient civilization, breathing was always a cornerstone of the health and the culture. And by now, it's proven by science that how breathing affects our mood and vice versa.
So we went directly to train stations to see if we were addressing a real need. We interviewed a lot of people to understand how they feel during this time in transit. We discovered that in average, we spend 30 minutes waiting before we catch a train. And this time is spent always with external activities, like scrolling through your phone, reading a book, or getting a coffee. So we asked them to justify this need to fill every moment of waiting time. At first, we were told that it's just because they have this fear of getting bored. But as we kept pushing the questioning, we discovered that it's actually the stress of the workspace that is spreading through all the circles of life. What I mean is that we have this fear of appearing idle and this need for efficiency that has become a lifestyle. Plus, some people also told us that in public spaces, they don't like to appear available, so they take out their phone as a shield. So today, in answer to all these issues, we'd like to propose you Interlude, an artistic and interactive installation that will be placed in a train station. We want to play on people's curiosity because we place this organic shape in a place they don't expect, and we want to pull people out of their usual mindset. The installation should be easy to go in, easy to go out, no explanation needed. Inside, we play with light, sound, and vibration to guide slowly the user into a state of relaxation and self-reflection.
So, today, finally, our first functional prototype is ready. After 6 months of fighting with sensor technologies and so on. We spent a lot of time studying biofeedbacks and experimenting different ways of capturing. And at the end, we decided to detect from the user the stress level. Now, not now, from tomorrow, we will get into a new phase of our project. Thanks to the camp and to the partnership we built with SNCF, next month we will create a second version of the prototype to be able in May to place this prototype in the train station of HX TGV. Moreover, we are also really glad to announce that in June our installation will be part of an exhibition in Paris for 2 weeks. So, this is Interlude family. I'm Francesco, I'm from Italy, I'm a filmmaker. Nanawi is from Brazil, she's a designer and maker. And these are our contributors, the people who helped us to build this project, with a special mention to Olivier, who co-ideated the installation with us, and by the way, will be at the Inspire Lab later to help us to present you the project. So, what to say? Thank you very much. We wait for you at the Inspire Lab to test our installation, and please give us feedback because we need them to give to the SNCF a better installation next month. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're glad today to announce to you our latest checkpoint. But before, let's talk about some facts. This is a bee. You know why the bee is the most important insect in the world? It's not only because of producing honey or boosting agricultural production. It's more. It's because when it flies around you, you can see that the air is clear and you can breathe a clean air. But today, fortunately, bees are dying. Insects are dying, animals are dying. We, humans, are suffering from multiple diseases. Governments and public organizations, NGOs, they are hardworking actually, to get more information about air quality in our environment. Today, it's not enough. What we are proposing is a new dimension. We propose 3-dimensional measuring in air quality. What you are proposed today is a fully support to those organizations so that we can have more information about our air, because pollution is not affecting only our health, but is affecting our happiness. Our solution is?
Our solution is Beyond, a project inspired by nature, inspired by the world of honeybees. Now imagine a honeybee. It lives in a hive, it travels out from the hive, it collects some nectar, it spreads pollen, and it goes back to the hive with that nectar. Another bee takes its place and repeats the same cycle. Now we've taken inspiration from this and applied it to the world of air quality monitoring, using small autonomous drones and small autonomous hives, or recharging stations, electronic hives. We enable a new form of air quality measurement. No longer are we limited to measuring air quality just at the level that we breathe the air, but we can now investigate where the pollution comes from. We can investigate how it moves around our ecosystems, and we can hopefully lead or find new solutions to dealing with this pollution. Data is always a first step towards informing policy. It's a first step towards finding new solutions and addressing the problems that we face as a society today. Alex will explain a bit more about how we gather this data and what we do with the data once we've collected it.
So each drone will be connected to a centralized server, will be able to manage all drone flight paths in real time, and also manage all the ordering information collected by drones about pollution in the atmosphere. This web server will be linked to a website providing real-time charts and giving to our clients data visualization tools. This data visualization tool will be also associated with an exporting file process to give to our client a deeper analysis.
So now I hope you understand a bit more about where we're trying to head with this. We're looking to offer a complete solution which enables both public and private organizations to get more information about the air that we breathe and the pollution that's in our environment. Welly will explain briefly a bit about where we've come from, where we are today, and where we hope to go tomorrow.
The first day where we think about that project, this craziness actually, that project was beginning by this little bee with a propeller, multiple cameras, providing so many services to human beings. Today, we're glad to announce to you our first prototype of our craziness, which is Beyond. Be for good. This is our craziness. This is our first part of the craziness. We're glad to continue to build more and more drones, to build more and more services.
So our team is composed of myself, specialists in prototyping and a bit of electronics. Alex is responsible for the development of our web services, and Walid is the visionary behind the project and responsible for our communications. We also work in collaboration with a number of our other HIVERS, residents here at the camp, and partners both in the camp's ecosystem and apart from it, including AirPACA, the organization responsible for monitoring air quality in the PACA region, Group Terra, who has very kindly provided us with some experimental sensors to install upon our drones, and of course, the camp. Thank you very much for your attention today. We will be available all day in Building C. You can come visit us. We'll be happy to answer your questions or speak with you further. We'll also be continuing throughout the day to give a couple of demo flights. Just listen for the sound of the gong, and once you've heard that, you can head that way to the outdoor amphitheater, and we'll have a flight demo for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So here we are.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all this presentation. You know they didn't sleep a lot during for several weeks, so perhaps we can congratulate them again.
Before I invited you to discover the prototypes, I just would like to say a few thanks. First of all, thank you to Hive team, because this experience, this residency couldn't be done without our team. We're not alone, and they are very important in the process. Thank you to Tiffaine Pitoise, program manager, Jeff Regotaz, program designer. Thank you to Marc Alcaraz, which is our creative technologist, to Audrey Agrafeuille, project manager, and Nicolas Fichera, our filmmaker. Thank you very much.
And we wanted to thank also our 5 mentors. First of all, Stéphane Natkin was the godfather of the Hive One. Stéphane Natkin is the founder of Engmin. Jean-Noël Portugal, he is here, CEO of Design.
Nathalie Crassé, designer.
Clément Apap, co-founder of Game Cult and Sens Critique.
Emmanuelle Champeau, she's here and she's founder of Totem.
And Bruno Samper, creative director and co-founder of NED.
And finally, want to thank you all the team of the camp that were very precious in this event and during all the residency. Thank you very much. Now, a few practical things. You have the map. We gave you the map here, and you can know where are the prototypes and where you can discover the team. I switch in French and say just ne soyez pas timide, chaque équipe est bilingue. Évidemment, la Hive est une résidence en anglais. It's an English-speaking residence, and some of the Hivers don't speak French, but in each group there are French-speaking guys, so don't hesitate to go and discuss with all the team. And also I would like to say about Capsule, the project of Tiffany and Florence. It's a 10-minute experience for 2 people, and so you need to book your time. You have to go just in front B1, room B1, and there is somebody who can book your time in the morning if you want to test the experience. And if you want to see the drone flight, B on B, there will be a flight around 12, but just pay attention to the gong. And when the gong will ring, we invite you to go to the theater, green theater outside, and you will see the flight.
And before you go, we wanted to share with you some moments of the Hive, of the 6 months. So enjoy it.
Voilà, donc là, on rentre sous la canopée. Hive qui était quelque chose. Je me suis dirigé par là. J'en ai trouvé 3. C'est pour la route.
You are alone, population, who live so long time in this campus. So your role to make this campus pleasant, to make this campus so nice, is very important.
This building is not the building, the dream is you. And to see you
now it's very emotional for me. And thank you very much. And yes, we come.
Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us. And the world will be much more.